Good morning, journal friends. This is Cheryl Ann with another journal for you today. Let me move the light. Oh my goodness, that's terrible. This will be part 9 of my video series, journaling tips. And I believe today's Tuesday, August 14th. I've kind of lost track of the days. My my bookshelf that I had all my books that I was going to make into journals, our son put it up in, well, it was actually his sister's bedroom about 20 years ago, and it came crashing down the other afternoon, and I have books all over the floor. I haven't been able to do any journaling now for about 4 days till I clean up this mess. But I did come across, before I had my Etsy shop with journals, I had my Etsy shop, and I had a Fine Art America and eBay shops with some of my photos, and one of my favorite photos and quotes is this one. So we're going to talk about responding to quotes today. This is John Muir, "The mountains are calling and I must go." And this is a picture that I took up at, well, Bishop would be about down here, and this is called Round Valley. And it's Mammoth would be just to the other side of those mountains. It's in the eastern Sierra Nevada. So I really love that one. And then I really love this quote, "All who wander are not lost." And those are photographers over at Fonts Point in Anza Borrego. And I added the stars and then the quote. So those are a couple. So we'll get into this in just a moment. I did just want to share with you, this is now my plastic envelope with all, I've been going through magazines, and I really like the Stampington ones. They have a lot of good quotes and sayings, and so I've been cutting them out, and I've been putting them in here, keeping them that I can start to use these in my journal too. So if I were to write about this one, and I have my journal here. Unfortunately, I only have one hand. I'm holding my cell phone with the other. I did my little entry for today. But if I were to do this one, first of all, I would write it down in my journal. So I'm going to do that first. Okay, so I wrote it down in my journal. You might hear my cat. I can't close the door because I've got books in front of the door. So she's in here. She's going to be squawking here in a minute. The dog is out, though. So I wrote down the quote, and now I'm going to take just a few minutes and write down, what does this quote mean to me? Okay, so I've only got a sentence so far. I said, "I love the mountains. I love smelling them. Oh, I love the smells up there. Oh, the pine trees when they're wet. I love hearing the birds. I love their weather. We're only 10 minutes from our mountains, which start at 1,500 feet and they go up to 10,000. But we moved from the desert. We moved to the Pinyon Forest, which is at about 1,500 feet, to 5,000 feet, where you start to have the ponderosa pines and the other kinds of pines. And then the top of Mount San Jacinto is really tall. It's about 8,000 feet. So, and then San Gorgonio is 10,000. So, I'm going to write some more. Okay, so I just added another sentence. This doesn't have to be a whole page. And sometimes I don't fill up a whole page. So, this is what I have so far. I love the mountains. I love smelling them, hearing the birds, and their weather. I love the smell of pine trees after a rain, and the smell of wet earth. Sometimes, if it's raining up in our mountains, I'll look up my window and I can see, our mountains, and I'll hop in the car and I'll take a drive up there just to be in there during the rain, which might be today or tomorrow. Okay, what I might do is I might actually trim this down and then glue this one in here. I'm trying out different glues. my papers, and so far I'm finding out the best and the most expensive has been the Fabri-Tac. It doesn't warp your paper. The Aleene's Tacky Glue, it has a tendency to kind of warp your paper. So another really good one, and I got this one on Amazon, is a good PVA. This is pH neutral, so it won't disintegrate your photos. This one is really good, ideal for bookbinding and paper projects. So I'll include the link to this one because I really do like that one. So I might just trim this and glue it in here like that. So then the next one, see what I mean about glue? Hold on a second. Okay, so this would be the next one. All who wander are not lost. And again, I think I'm going to trim it down. It just needs a little bit of trimming here. I'll trim it down and I'll put it here in my journal so I have the photo here and then I can write about it here. And again, you know, I didn't write very much. I only wrote 2 sentences. I actually have a quote here. Look deep into nature and then you will understand everything better. I believe that's Einstein. I don't know who said all who wander are not lost. I have to look that one up. But you see, I'm not writing a whole lot. So you can, some places I go to for quotes, I go to Brainy Quote. There's another one, I think it's called Quote of the Day. You can just type in quotes. So try that and see what you come up with. Something else before I go I wanted to show you was, you know, if you have a lot of photos like we do, my husband and I, you can make pockets out of them. You just sew, see, I just sewed around 2 edges there. This was my cosmos. I had beautiful cosmos out in the front yard one year. And this one had fallen into the bird bath, so I went out and took a photo. So there's one pocket. This one was over from Arizona. You can see where I've stitched it on 3 sides, so this would be a top pocket. And when you hit these cliffs, you have about 3 minutes in the afternoon where the sunlight reflects off them and they turn gold, you know. When the Spaniards were looking for the 7 cities of gold, they probably saw that and thought it was gold. This is our local mountains. This is on the way up to the Pinyon Forest. We don't get this effect very often. This is usually when we have moisture coming up from the Gulf of California, from Mexico. It'll curl up into deep canyon. It's hard for clouds to get up over our mountains because they're so tall. But this is from the south. This is what I took up at Whitewater Preserve in the fall. I think it was last year. Can't wait for fall. This is one of the Mexican wolves at the Living Desert. I used to go up there after school with my camera and I'd take an hour-long walk. As long as you got there before 4 o'clock, you could get in. I'm a member. But then they lock the gates, so. These are a couple of our windmills here near Palm Springs, the turbines. But you can see I stitched it here and here, and I left that part open. Oh, these are our local mountains. In the winter, it's just magical. This is Santa Rosa Mountain, and Highway 74 curves up and kind of goes around it. It's on my way to my horses, so. Yes, we have bighorn sheep. There's another pocket here on the top. Sometimes if I have a telephoto lens, so I'm really not that close to him, but sometimes you can hear him munching on the grass. It's just magical. This is one of our dunes down in Bermuda Dunes. There's next to the Coachella Valley Preserve, there's one road. It has just gorgeous dunes. I love to drive down that road. This is from Monument Valley. The horses, the Indian ponies there. That's from our trip to Arizona. That's at Hubble Trading Post. Oh, there's the Seven Cities of Gold knot. Oh, this is from the Eastern Sierra. That's up at, I'm not sure which road. It's up by Bishop. I went up there October of 2014 or 15. I took a week in October. Oh, this is in the Eastern Sierra. This is up by Lone Pine. This one is not a pocket. This one I made kind of as a journaling card. You can see on the back, I did reinforce it. This is up by Zion. And again, oops, got two of them stuck together. This one I made into a journaling card. And that's just an index card on the back. I kind of like doing these. That's the Eastern Sierra from our October trip. And again, I reinforced it on the back. It makes it a little sturdier. Oh, that's Convict Lake. The Eastern Sierra. That's fall colors, and that's a pocket. Finally, this was the beaver, part of the beaver pond. You can see it kind of over here at Lundy Lake. The beaver pond has since been destroyed, but I hear they're building a new one. So life goes on. So find a quote you really, really love. Look at Brainy Quote. That's a good source. And find ones you like. Write it down in your journal and go from there. Have fun. I'll see you later. Bye for now.